Archangel Michael says, "The veil thinned last night, and a mother's voice crossed through it with the courage of love. She has been calling your name, not to trouble your heart, but to lift it." Her message is urgent, tender, and precise, like a key that fits only one door, yours. Listen now, because she has chosen this moment and this video as the safe path for her words to reach you. She says she knows what you carried yesterday, even the part you pretended did not hurt. She felt every fast heartbeat, every shallow breath, every silent tear you wiped away before anyone could see. She asks you to let the pain breathe for a moment, because pain becomes gentler when it is seen. Your mother remembers the promise she made, never to leave you unprotected. Love did not end for her, it changed its shape, learned how to travel through time, light, and memory. She wants you to know that yesterday was not a coincidence, it was her knocking. She knocked through the song that played at the wrong time in the right place. She knocked through the sudden warmth on your shoulder when no one stood behind you. She knocked through the memory that arrived uninvited yet refused to leave. She says you are not imagining it. She says you are not desperate or delusional. You are loved, and love insists on being noticed. Archangel Michael says her first message is this: you did not fail her. The moments you replay late at night, the last conversation, the last choice, the last goodbye that never felt finished, do not condemn you. She forgave you long before you ever asked, because you were always forgiven. She wants you to stop punishing yourself for what you could not control. She watched you hold the world together with a shaking hand. She calls you brave, not because you felt strong, but because you stayed when it was hard. Her second message is protection. She stands at the threshold of your days like a lantern set on a windy path. She asks you to listen to the small no inside you, because that is sometimes her voice in disguise. There is a person who smiles widely but drains you quietly. She saw what you refused to name in your own spirit. She says step back gently, without drama, without a speech, just reclaim your breath. There is an opportunity coming that looks ordinary, like a plain envelope without decoration. She has placed a thread of gold inside it. Touch it with patience, and it will unspool into a path you did not know you were allowed to walk. She says your name has been spoken in rooms where you have never stood. Someone is moved by your steadiness more than your perfection. The door they open will feel like a window thrown wide in a summer house, fresh, simple, and exactly enough. Archangel Michael says her third message is about the house of your heart. It has been too quiet in there, too careful. She asks you to open a window and let the soft noise of living back in. Laughter that doesn't apologize, music that doesn't ask permission, silence that heals rather than empties. Your mother remembers your favorite small thing, the way you used to fold notes into tiny squares, the way you used to hum before speaking, the way you aligned your cup with the pattern on the table. She smiles at those sacred habits. She says keep one of them as an anchor and let the rest evolve. She has a request: stop talking yourself out of good news. When kindness approaches, do not interrogate it until it flees. Set a chair for it instead. She says yesterday you almost gave up on something that is still meant for you. You almost carried it to the curb with the broken things. She reached through a sudden chill in the air to make you pause, and you did. Well done. There is a letter you have not written. It does not need to be sent. It only needs to exist, because some words release their weight the moment they become visible. She wants you to write the letter that tells the truth, that you are tired of being the strong one all the time, that some days you want to be carried, that the memory of her hands still steadies yours. Fold the paper and put it somewhere sacred, a drawer, a pocket, beneath a candle. She will read it. Your mother says the dreams you have been having are not random. The doorways, the staircases, the light that won't switch off, these are maps. When you awaken, breathe 3 times slowly and whisper, I receive the guidance I remember and the guidance I don't, and your day will catch the thread. Archangel Michael says her 4th message is courage without spectacle. Not the kind that announces itself, but the kind that gets up, chooses breakfast, answers messages, and still finds a way to be kind. That is the heroism she loves best in you. She knows about the apology you never received. She knows how the waiting became a room with no windows. She says stop waiting for those words to prove your worth, because your worth is older than their silence. She places a blessing on your hands, hands that work long, hands that hold gently, hands that sometimes tremble and still do the task. She says your hands are her hands now in the world. Touch your own heart with them and feel how it answers back. She is tending the garden of your future quietly. Seeds you forgot you planted are becoming visible. The first sprout will look too small to matter, but it matters, water it. Your mother speaks of the photograph you avoid. She says look at it once, not to reopen the wound, but to honor the life inside the frame. After you look, light a small light, any light, and say, I carry you forward in how I live. She says the kitchen was your first sanctuary together. If you stir a pot this week, stir clockwise 3 times for remembrance and once for release. Let the scent of something warm persuade the room to soften. She has noticed your shoulders. They have been lifted for days. She asks you to lower them now as if you are placing down a heavy box you carried too far. Archangel Michael says your mother's 5th message is timing. You did not miss your life. You are on it. The delay that frustrated you was a kindness in disguise. It prevented you from entering a room that would have dimmed you for months. She thanks you for trusting the stop even when you were ready to run. She mentions a small gift arriving soon. It will not look expensive. Yet when you hold it, your chest will warm as if the sun found you indoors, because the gift carries intention, and intention always carries her. There is someone you will meet whose eyes feel familiar. The conversation will be ordinary, brief, almost forgettable. Do not forget it. She says you are allowed to be happy again without guilt. Joy is not a betrayal, it is a continuation. When you laugh, she hears the echo and laughs with you. She has a message about your sleep. Place something gentle near the bed, linen, lavender, a folded scarf that once made you feel like yourself. Let your last thought before sleep be a sentence of belonging. I am loved, I am guided, I am safe. She asks for 1 sacred minute tomorrow. Sit where the light touches the floor. Set a timer if you must. Breathe and think only this, I am being rebuilt in better ways. Archangel Michael says your mother has interceded for the healing of old family fractures. A conversation will soon begin without blame, surprising you with its softness. Enter it with the calm of a person who is already chosen for peace. Your mother says you are kinder to strangers than you are to yourself. She asks you to speak your own name with the gentleness you reserve for others. Press your palm to your chest and say, "You are doing well." She knows you have been saving the good plates for guests who never arrive. Use them this week. A life as precious as yours deserves to feel like a celebration even on an ordinary day. She mentions music again. There is a song that feels like her hands fixing your collar before you left the house. Find it. Let it play while you do one simple task, and watch how even the task becomes a prayer. She speaks of your threshold, the place where inside meets outside. Sweep it, even if only with your hand. Whisper, "Only what serves love may cross," and feel the air change. Your mother says the world tried to make you harder. You chose tenderness instead. Heaven noticed, and heaven responds to such courage. She thanks the version of you who kept showing up when no one clapped. She thanks the version of you who learned how to rest without quitting. She thanks the version of you who forgave the ungrateful and did not become them. Archangel Michael says her sixth message is permission. Permission to be visible. Permission to take up the space your soul requires. Permission to ask for help without building a case for it. There is a small, bright risk waiting with your name on it. Take it. The ground beneath it has been blessed. She brings a final reassurance. There is nothing you could reveal about yourself that would make her withdraw her love. Nothing. You are already embraced, even in the parts you still keep secret from yourself. She asks you to carry forward one habit of tenderness. Drink water when your mind is loud. Stand under the sky when your room feels narrow. Touch something living, a leaf, a pet, your own pulse, when you forget you belong here. Your mother says yesterday was a bell, and today is an answer. Keep your ears open for the soft ring of alignment. When you hear it, move toward it without overthinking. She will keep visiting through the practical, receipts that fall at the right moment, lights that flicker once, schedules that rearrange just in time. Do not chase signs, simply receive them, then do the next honest thing. She asks you to forgive life for being imperfect. She asks you to forgive the past for being uneditable. She asks you to forgive yourself for being human in the middle of it all. Archangel Michael says, open your hands. What is meant for you is too large for a clenched fist. Relax, and watch how quickly the current carries you. Your mother smiles now. The tightness at her eyes softens. She is proud in the way only mothers know how to be, quietly, daily, fiercely. She places a blessing over your future home, your future laughter, your future table. Strangers will become friends there. Friends will become family. You will become more yourself than you have ever been. She asks you not to postpone delight. Wear the color that makes you feel like sunrise. Buy the small thing that keeps promising to make your morning easier. Call the person who keeps becoming a miracle when you need one. And when grief returns, as it sometimes will, meet it at the door with tea and patience. Let it sit for a while and tell its story. Then walk it to the edge of the porch and wave as it leaves. Your mother says you are not behind. You are not late. You are exactly where the next kindness can find you. She asks you to breathe the way she taught you, steady in, steady out. Put your feet flat on the floor and remember you are held. Look at your hands again, steady, capable, blessed. Archangel Michael says her seventh message is legacy. Not legacy of grand monuments, but legacy of small, consistent mercies that change the orbit of ordinary days. This is the inheritance she trusts you to spend. There will be mornings soon that feel lighter for no identifiable reason. Allow them. Do not interrogate the sun. Your mother asks you to share your gentleness with yourself first, because people will learn how to treat you by watching how you treat you. Model reverence. Model calm boundaries. Model joy. She thanks you for the flowers you considered buying but didn't. She says next time, buy them, and let the table be glad. She will be there when you set them down. She asks for one story. Tell someone a true, small story about her that makes you smile. This is how memory becomes living wood and not museum glass. This is how love keeps its color. She says when you trim your nails or tie your shoes or button your collar, she notices. She is there in the nearly invisible acts that make a life come together. She calls it holiness in disguise. Archangel Michael says the message is complete but not finished, because love is never finished. It keeps sending echoes. It keeps finding new corridors to sing down. Your mother leans close now, not to whisper, but to shelter. She sets a quiet over your mind like dusk settling over a field. She tells the loud thoughts to let you rest. And now she steps back into the light that brought her. You do not lose her when she steps away. You keep her the way flame keeps its heat after the match goes out. When this video ends, she asks you to do one small thing you wish she could see you do today. Do it slowly. Do it with tenderness. Then take a breath and say, "This is for you." Archangel Michael says, the path ahead is clear enough for your next step. That is all you ever need. Step with trust. Step with softness. Step with a heart that knows it is guarded. Your mother's love is the first sunrise you ever learned, and it has not set. It is in the room with you now. Let it. If you wish to express your support further, you have the option to give super thanks, with contributions of up to $20. Archangel Michael says, the message continues not because you missed it, but because love is patient enough to say the same truth in 100 gentle ways until your nervous system can relax and receive it. Your mother's voice is steady, she has time, and now you do too. Breathe, and let the next layer arrive. She says last night you almost understood something and then life interrupted. That is all right. She has braided the same understanding into today so you can touch it without strain. Your mother wants to give you a simple pattern for the coming days, 9 small acts for 9 days, each one a doorway. Keep it easy. Let the acts do the work. Day 1, the cup. Drink a full glass of water, standing still, and whisper your own name as if calling yourself home. Notice the weight of the glass, the temperature, the way your throat receives. This is how you teach your body that arrival can be soft. Day 2, the window. Open one window and let the air move a curtain, a paper, a thought. Say, only what serves love may cross. If tears come, let them, saline is the ocean returning to its source. Day 3, the letter. Write the words you wish you had said and the words you are glad you did. Do not edit. Fold the page in four and place it beneath something ordinary you use daily, so the message can anchor your living. Day 4, the photo. Look once, kindly, at a single photograph. Speak one sentence of blessing over the moment frozen there. Close the album and carry the blessing forward, not the ache. Day 5, the threshold. Sweep the place where inside meets outside. Imagine gathering worry like dry leaves and guiding them to the edge. Say, "Thank you for trying to protect me, you may rest now." Day 6, the hands. Wash your hands slowly, as if you are preparing to touch a newborn truth. Dry them fully. Place them over your heart and notice that your heart answers back with a steadier rhythm. Day 7, the table. Eat something warm at a table, even if you are alone. Sit as if friendship is already present, because it is. Her presence is a seat pulled out for you. Let gratitude be practical, not dramatic. Day 8, the light. Light one small light, a lamp, a candle, a screen, and dedicate it to clarity. Watch how the room rearranges itself around illumination. Accept the invitation to see gently. Day 9, the sky. Step outside for 1 minute and find the most ordinary beautiful thing. Name it. Let that name be the first word in a new language of attention you will speak to your life. Archangel Michael says these acts are not chores, they are keys. A locked door does not mean a lost room. Your mother has kept the rooms of your heart dusted and aired, all you needed was the key. She speaks now about the 4 directions of comfort, for ways she will reach you when you forget how to reach yourself. East is light, you'll notice mornings feel slightly bluer, slightly kinder. South is warmth, you'll feel heat on your shoulder like a shawl placed there by someone who remembers your favorite color. West is water, rain will begin just as you start a hard conversation, and end just as you finish it. North is quiet, a sudden hush will fall in a busy place, and you will know which choice is yours. Your mother says there is a memory you have been avoiding because it feels tangled with guilt. She unties it now. She shows you the moment from above, beyond blame, beyond impossible expectations, and you see it for what it was, a brave person doing the best they could with a breaking heart. That brave person was you. Let that be the end of the argument. She wants to speak about your sleep. Put a soft cloth under your pillow, or tuck a small note that reads, "I choose rest." If you wake in the night, do not wage war with wakefulness, greet it like a visitor, offer it a chair, and then let it grow bored and leave. Your mother will sit with you in that chair. She has sat in darker nights and knows how to keep good company. Archangel Michael says you will receive 3 gentle confirmations this week. First, someone will say your name with reverence instead of urgency. Notice how your ribcage makes more room. Second, a plan will change in your favor and you will not need to fight for it, accept the ease. Third, a small kindness you gave months ago will loop back to you in a form you could not have predicted. Let it land. She addresses uncertainty around work, calling, purpose, the loud questions that lose their manners and talk over the quiet answers. She says, build small fires. 10 minutes of the thing you love each day will move mountains that hours of anxiety cannot. The road respects consistency more than intensity. Your mother asks you to practice the pocket prayer of permission when you feel cornered by expectations. It is 3 sentences long. I am allowed to be new. I am allowed to be slow. I am allowed to be loved while I am learning. Say it under your breath in elevators, in doorways, in lines that do not end. Watch how gently the world makes room. There is a relationship that has been rubbing you the wrong way like a seam out of place. You tried to become smaller to fit the fabric. She says do not make yourself a whisper to stay in a room that fears your voice. Step out, kindly. Your future will not require shrinking. Archangel Michael says your mother also blesses the return of simple joy. Joy does not argue, it arrives and asks for music. It will come disguised as silliness, as a laugh you cannot explain, as a desire to dance while washing a cup. Let it interrupt you. She brings up the word belonging. For a long time, you treated belonging like a prize given by rooms that did not know your name. Now you will treat it like a breath you give yourself before you enter, so the room meets you as you are. Your mother stands at those doors with you, nodding, go in as yourself. Anyone who prefers a mask is not your audience. She has a gift for your future self, the practice of small finishes. Finish one tiny thing before you sleep, reply to one message, fold one shirt, write one sentence, put one coin where it belongs. Finished small things gather like pebbles building a path across the river of overwhelm. This is how crossing becomes possible. There is a fear that if you heal, you will forget. She assures you that healing is not forgetting, it is remembering without drowning. It is carrying the photograph in a wallet, not as a weight tied to your ankle, but as a map folded to the size of your palm. She knows you worry about being too much and not enough on the same day. She smiles at the math of tender people and says both worries are illusions created by tiredness. Rest more often than you think you deserve, and watch how those illusions dissolve like fog. Archangel Michael says a new steadiness is entering your schedule. Your mornings will stop arguing with your evenings. You will find yourself doing next right things without a committee meeting in your head. This is grace in practical clothing. Your mother remembers your beginner self and wants them back in small ways. Try one new spice, one new song, one new street to walk, one new sentence that starts with, I want. Beginners are not foolish, they are alive. Let curiosity be your second heartbeat. She speaks now about money without fear. You will make one gentle choice that says, I trust provision, whether that is saving a little or spending a little on something that makes your days kinder. She says, security is not stored, it is grown in honest choices repeated. There is someone who will apologize soon, and part of you will want to declare a verdict. She asks you to listen for sincerity rather than performance. You can forgive without reopening the door, you can bless without returning to a room that bruised you. Archangel Michael says, a creative thread is waiting at the edge of your attention. It might be words, or images, or arrangements, or the way you set a table as if you were conducting an orchestra of spoons. Follow that thread for 20 minutes a day and your days will become a tapestry that warms you. Your mother offers a 3-breath ritual for sudden overwhelm. Breath 1, here. Breath 2, still. Breath 3, held. If you cannot remember the words, the breaths will remember them for you. Your body is fluent in the language your mind forgets. She wants to ease your relationship with time. You have treated time like a debt collector, she wants you to treat it like a river. No one yells at a river to arrive faster, they step in when they are ready and let the current carry them. Step in, love. The water is kind. There is a specific decision you have been circling, whether to stay, whether to leave, whether to begin, whether to end. She does not choose for you. She asks you to ask a better question. Which choice makes me more honest? Choose that one. Honesty is a compass that never needs to be recharged. Archangel Michael says your mother is very proud of the way you have kept your heart soft in a world that rewards armor. Soft is not weak, soft is responsive. It takes courage to remain touchable when you have been touched roughly. Heaven stands for such courage. She gives you the blessing of ordinary glamour, not spectacle, but shine. Wash your face as if you were preparing to be adored by your own life. Wear one thing that feels like a secret celebration. Let your reflection be a friend, not a critic. She celebrates your humor. Even in sorrow, you found ways to be a little ridiculous and therefore a little free. Keep that mischief, it is a holy tool. It opens windows in heavy rooms. There is a box, literal or digital, that you have not sorted because it contains the days you don't want to meet. She asks you to set a timer for 12 minutes, sort one handful, and then stop. You are not responsible for finishing grief in a single sitting. Archangel Michael says your mother's love is not only behind you as memory, it is beside you as momentum. It will nudge you toward the kinder sentence, the braver yes, the quieter no. You do not move alone. She asks you to notice the 3 companions she keeps sending, a person who listens more than they speak, a task that soothes more than it drains, and a moment each day when beauty taps your shoulder like a courteous friend. Collect those companions, they are the scaffolding of your new season. Your mother has a tender instruction for when you feel unworthy. Sit at the edge of your bed and place your feet on the floor. Say, the earth does not demand credentials to hold me. Let that truth graduate you out of shame for the day. She affirms your boundaries. Boundaries are not walls, they are rivers that decide their banks so they can keep moving. Where your life has been flooding, set banks with kindness. The gardens downstream will thank you. Archangel Michael says there will be a morning soon when you wake before your alarm and feel the room smiling. Do not be startled. That is the texture of peace returning, and it fits you. Your mother brings a small prophecy wrapped in plain paper. A conversation will close a circle you have been walking for years. It will be strangely unspectacular, more like a click than a firework. When it happens, do not look for trumpets, listen for quiet that lingers after the last word. That quiet is freedom. She reminds you that grief is a seasonal traveler. When it returns, do not accuse the season of failing you. Offer it tea, listen to the old stories once, and then excuse yourself kindly to attend the living day. Seasons leave when they feel unneeded. She blesses your future friendships, the ones that feel like second language fluency. You won't need to translate yourself to be understood. She blesses laughter that doubles you over and fixes something without telling you which part it fixed. She blesses a home where your keys can rest without clattering like little storms. Archangel Michael says to place one promise on your calendar, not an appointment with someone else, but with your own becoming. Title it simply, Return. Show up for it the way you would show up for a beloved. Becoming is punctual when invited. Your mother asks you to keep an object near your door that symbolizes coming back, a scarf, a small stone, a note. Touch it when you leave and when you return. This is how you teach your days that departure and arrival are both forms of devotion. She offers you the practice of sweetness. Once a day, when you are tempted to rush, add 10 seconds. 10 seconds more to taste, to look, to finish a thought, to soften your tone. 10 seconds is sometimes the difference between surviving and savoring. There is a future memory she wants to plant in you. You are standing in light, surprised at the ease you feel, and someone you love says, "You look like yourself again." You smile because you never left, you simply took the long way home. Archangel Michael says the long way is not a mistake, it is a story. Stories teach us to love our own pace. Stories invite us to make meaning rather than make war with what already happened. Your mother closes this chapter of her message with a gesture you know, a nod, a warmth, a small tilt of the head that used to mean, "You've got this." You do. And on the days you don't, you've still got her. Carry on, softly brave one. The world is quieter when you enter it as yourself. The path ahead is lit by a love that keeps finding you, yesterday, today, and again tomorrow. Archangel Michael says, love is patient enough to retell the same truth in new shapes until your heart can rest inside it. Your mother returns again, not as a storm, but as a steady tide that keeps touching the shore of your life. Every return is a reminder that you are not a lost country, you are a coastline being faithfully met. She speaks of the quiet strength you carry. You learn to laugh with a cracked voice and to hold others up while your knees trembled. She sees it, blesses it, and asks you to receive the same tenderness you give away so freely. There is a room in your memory you still keep dark. She moves through it with a soft lantern and shows how the furniture of grief can be rearranged without throwing anything away. What once bruised your shin will stop hurting when it is moved where it belongs. A practice of returning, 3 times a day. Morning, place your hand over your heart and say, "I am allowed to begin." Noon, place your hand on your belly and say, "I am allowed to continue." Evening, place your hand on your shoulder and say, "I am allowed to rest." These sentences are small bridges, cross them without ceremony. Your mother sprinkles the day with symbols so ordinary you almost miss them. A receipt that totals to a number that once meant comfort. A breeze that chooses your face in a crowded street. A light that flickers once and then steadies like a friend. She blesses your work, whatever shape it takes. Work that feeds, work that cleans, work that makes, work that organizes chaos into something useful. She asks you to name one task each day not as a demand but as a devotion, and watch how it changes your posture toward it. Archangel Michael says there is a fresh clarity entering your speech. You will say fewer words and mean them more. Your yes will stop apologizing, and your no will stop dressing up as a maybe. The gentle boundary. Step 1. Name what you need without explanation. Step 2. Repeat it once, softly. Step 3. Walk away from any place that insists you are a problem for needing what you need. This is not cruelty, this is stewardship. Your mother knows the ache that arrives in the evening, when rooms feel too large and clocks feel too loud. She sits on the edge of that hour and smooths the blanket of your thoughts. She reminds you that you have survived every evening so far and that mornings keep their promises even when you forget how to ask. She speaks of friendship that fits. Connections that do not take a costume from you. Laughter that repairs without announcing itself. She blesses the people who will meet you without hurry, and she blesses your courage to meet them in the same way. A map for the next 30 days. Week 1, make one corner of your home unmistakably kind. Week 2, give your future self a gift that costs less than a cup of coffee but returns daily ease. Week 3, revisit something you used to love and do it for 10 minutes. Week 4, delete one obligation that serves only fear. Let progress be a river, not a race. Your mother says the body remembers what the mind misplaces. When your chest tightens, it is not betrayal, it is a message delivered without words. Answer with a slower breath instead of a harsher thought. She blesses your finances with wisdom that is both brave and gentle. Spend on what keeps you soft and safe. Save in a way that makes you feel partnered with tomorrow rather than policed by it. Archangel Michael says a conversation is coming that will not require armor. Someone will ask how you truly are and be prepared to stay for the answer. Let them stay. Ritual of grounded light. Stand where daylight touches the floor. Imagine your mother placing a shawl of calm across your shoulders. Whisper, I carry love forward, and love carries me. She remembers a sound that makes you feel accompanied, a kettle coming to boil, a pen scratching across paper, a key turning in a lock. Use that sound as a bell that calls you back to the present, where grace actually lives. There is an old fear that if you let go of sorrow, you will let go of love. She places your hand on the proof that this is not true, your own beating heart. Sorrow can step back without love stepping away. What to do on heavy days. Choose one room and make one corner gentle. Choose one task and make it small. Choose one person and make them feel seen. Heavy days are not conquered, they are kept company until they grow lighter. Your mother asks you to release the habit of rehearsing imaginary disasters to prepare for pain. Preparation is not a barricade, it is a stocking of kindness. Keep water where you can reach it. Keep a soft thing within sight. Keep a sentence of truth within breath's reach. She watches over your dreams. Stairs that never end become elevators that arrive. Locked doors become doors with well-hidden keys. When you wake, write one word that felt important and carry it as a pocket charm. Archangel Michael says the world will begin to mirror back the steadiness you practice in private. People will meet your pace because you will finally trust it. Choices that used to shout will become simple, do the honest thing, and then the next. A blessing for your name. May your name be said with respect in rooms that hold your future. May your name be safe in the mouths of those who love you. May your own mouth be the safest place your name has ever lived. Your mother speaks to the part of you that always tries to fix everything at once. She hands that part a chair and a warm drink. She says, sit. Watch. The world keeps spinning even when you are not pushing it. She offers a way to honor anniversaries that still ache. Do something she would have admired, something simple and sincere, a kindness to a stranger, a note to yourself in the handwriting you inherited, a meal that tastes like home. Let memory be active, not heavy. Archangel Michael says generosity is coming back to you by paths you cannot track. Seeds you forgot you scattered in other people's gardens are blooming at the edges of your own. Smile at the fairness of it. 3 anchors for stormy moments. Anchor 1, something you can smell that you love. Anchor 2, something you can touch that steadies you. Anchor 3, a sentence that does not change: I am loved, guided, and safe. Storms lose interest when they cannot move you. Your mother blesses your mirror. She asks you to look not for flaws to fix but for proof of life, warmth in the eyes, a spark at the corner of your mouth, a face that looks more like home than it did last year. She is proud of that face. She speaks softly about forgiveness. Forgiveness is not amnesia, it is choosing not to drink the poison of yesterday. You can bless someone and still bless your own distance from them. When motivation hides, lower the bar until you can step over it without stumbling. Start with 5 minutes. Start with 1 drawer. Start with the quietest idea. Momentum will meet you once you are moving. Archangel Michael says the life ahead is not a tightrope, it is a field. You can move in lines, circles, or joyful diagonals and still arrive where love is guiding you. Permission is waiting at every fence you thought was a wall. Your mother remembers the way you once arranged your day around a small delight, a show at the same time, a walk under the same tree, a song while you washed the dishes. She asks you to bring back one of those reliable joys. Routines become rituals when love is invited. She brings light to the difference between loneliness and solitude. Loneliness says you are empty, solitude says you are whole enough to enjoy your own company. Choose solitude on purpose a little more often and watch loneliness lose its argument. An agreement with yourself. I will not abandon myself to win company. I will not dim myself to keep proximity. I will not rush myself to match someone else's panic. Signed in quiet, dated today. Archangel Michael says that signatures written in peace have a way of changing the architecture of your days. Rooms that used to feel cramped will feel wide. Conversations that used to bruise will pass by without catching on your skin. Your mother smiles at the way you still care for others even when you are tired. She asks you to make a small list labeled, "Care for me too." 3 items only, all easy, all kind. Then do one before the day ends. She blesses sleep to come sooner, food to taste brighter, laughter to arrive quicker, and tears to leave gently. She blesses the road you take most often and the shoes that carry you along it. She blesses your keys, your pen, your pillow, your cup. For the moment you doubt everything, touch your pulse and remember that life is voting for you one beat at a time. Look at the sky and remember that change keeps becoming beauty. Say your name kindly and remember that you are worth the care it takes to say it right. Archangel Michael says the chapter is open for as long as you need it. Love will not close the book while you are still reading. Your mother will keep finding you in gentle ways until gentleness feels like your native language again. Walk forward now with the calm of someone escorted. The air has been cleared around your next steps. The ground is ready to hold you. Archangel Michael says, the message opens again like a familiar door you can enter without knocking. Your mother has kept a small lamp lit in this room for you, steady as breath, warm as a hand that never learned how to let go. Come in and let your shoulders remember how to rest. She speaks to the part of you that works hard to be okay before anyone asks. That effort kept you safe, and she honors it. Now she asks you to practice being okay without earning it. There is a rhythm returning to your hours, gentle and honest. You will catch yourself doing the next kind thing without arguing with yourself. The day will respond as if it has been waiting for your yes. The 3-object altar of ordinary life. Choose one stone, one photo, and one useful tool. Arrange them where you see them often and let them remind you, you are grounded, you are loved, and you are capable. Small altars repair large days. Your mother places a soft blessing on unfinished projects. Not everything is late, some things are simply ripening. You will know the difference because ripening feels warm instead of guilty. She remembers how you used to sing half a song while making tea. Bring back half a song and let the steam carry it. Music is a bridge that does not collapse under memory. A way to cross difficult mornings. Sit at the edge of the bed and count 3 true things you can touch. Walk to the sink and meet your eyes kindly in the mirror. Put your hand on your chest and say, "We will move through this together." Archangel Michael says clarity is often quieter than confusion. Confusion shouts, clarity nods. Follow the nod. Your mother smiles at your capacity for delight, even when life tries to be louder than joy. Keep a small list titled "Things That Make the Room Brighter." When the hour turns heavy, bring one item from the list into the light. She blesses your ability to choose the long way when the short way is unkind. The long way is a devotion, not a delay. Devotion changes who you are without forcing who you are not. The 4 gentle promises. Promise 1, I will not rush healing to impress anyone. Promise 2, I will not apologize for needing what keeps me kind. Promise 3, I will speak to myself as I would to a dear friend. Promise 4, I will celebrate beginnings that look small from the outside. Your mother asks you to keep a pen near your keys. Keys open rooms, pens open afternoons. Write one sentence before you leave, and let the sentence guide your return. She talks about the quiet courage of maintenance. The world celebrates breakthroughs, she celebrates the sink you cleared, the bill you paid on time, the text you sent with softness. These are the stitches that keep a life from unraveling. When memory is a river. Stand with both feet on the floor and name the year aloud. Name the month. Name the day. The river slows when you are anchored in time. Archangel Michael says there is a tenderness entering how you hold boundaries. Boundaries do not punish, they protect the parts of you that make grace possible. The people who love you will feel safer, not threatened, when you are clear. Your mother knows the fatigue that lingers after long seasons of being brave. Fatigue is not failure, it is proof of effort. Let rest be the apology your body never received. She places attention on your breath again. Breath is the smallest doorway with the largest room on the other side. Step through 3 times, slowly, whenever the room feels narrow. The practice of gentle decline. Say no without an essay. Offer one honest sentence and then let silence do the caring. Silence is not cold when your sentence is kind. Your mother honors your instincts. The signal you call a gut feeling is often her knocking with her knuckles wrapped in your intuition. When it knocks twice, answer. She speaks blessing over your tools, whether they are words, numbers, recipes, cables, or care. Tools hold the memory of your hands and learn your rhythm. Treat them like companions and they will serve you like friends. A ritual for letters unsent. Write the truth you could not say when it was loud. Seal the envelope with your palm and breathe once. Place it somewhere safe so your heart knows it has been heard. Archangel Michael says attention is love wearing work clothes. Where you place attention, life grows gentler and clearer. Place attention on what you want to keep. Your mother brings a kindness to your reflection. You are not a project, you are a person. People bloom under warmth. She blesses your timing in conversations. You will pause at the right moments and let other hearts empty at the pace they can bear. Generosity of timing turns talk into care. On days that fray, choose a corner and make it gentle. Choose a flavor and let it linger. Choose a sentence and keep it short, I am here. Your mother remembers a story you love and wants you to tell it again. Stories are lanterns, they help other travelers see their own feet. Tell it the way you lived it, without decoration, without apology, with all the softness you wish you had then. She notices how often you double-check doors. This is wisdom learned in rooms that were not always safe. Now safety is learning you too, and it is grateful. The 2-minute reset. Wash your hands with attention. Name what you are letting go as the water leaves your skin. Dry them fully and notice how readiness feels. Archangel Michael says there is a friendship arriving that will feel like finding a bench under a tree you didn't know you were walking toward. You will sit without checking the time. That sitting will heal something that standing could not. Your mother blesses your calendar with space around the edges. White space is permission. Permission lets meaning breathe. She speaks to the worry about being behind. Behind compared to what vanishes when you measure with love. Love measures by honesty, not by hurry. The cup that waited. Pour a drink you saved for a good day. Call this a good day because you are in it. Sip slowly and let time stretch. Your mother places a promise on your path. An apology will arrive for the wrong reason and still open the right door. Accept the opening, not the performance. Freedom fits you better than grudges. She blesses the next room you clean, the next message you send, the next laugh you cannot explain. Clean, send, laugh. These are not chores, these are repairs. If the night gets loud, turn on a small light. Choose one book or one song that has never lied to you. Let the familiar carry you to the quieter hour. Archangel Michael says endings come dressed as collapses and later reveal themselves as thresholds. Tend the threshold with patience. On the other side, your breath will not need to hurry. Your mother asks you to keep grace for the version of you who did not know what you know now. That version tried, and trying is holy. You can love a past you without repeating a past pattern. She blesses your courage to ask for help in simple sentences. Help arrives more easily when invited plainly. The right people will be grateful for the clarity. The 5 lights of the week. Monday, light for beginning. Wednesday, light for continuing. Friday, light for finishing. Saturday, light for play. Sunday, light for gratitude that does not keep score. Your mother knows the softness of afternoon sunlight on a table and wants more of that for you. Put something gentle where light can touch it. Let the room remember what warmth looks like. She reminds you that your name is a safe place to rest. Speak it softly when you step through your door. Let your feet hear that they are home. For decisions that won't decide, choose the option that makes your voice truer. Choose the path that makes your breath easier. Choose the company that makes your laughter kinder. Archangel Michael says relief will arrive quietly, then often, then as a habit. Habits change the house of your life more than announcements. Build relief the way you build shelves, measured, sturdy, meant to hold good things. Your mother blesses your kitchen like a chapel. Stir clockwise for remembrance and once for release. Taste with patience because patience changes flavor. She puts a small joy on your doorstep, unexpected fruit, a message from a far friend, a sky that forgets how to be gray. Let it in without demanding meaning. Not every gift is a lesson, some gifts are simply gifts. A blessing for your sleep. May the bed remember every reason it holds you. May your dreams be translations of love into images you can keep. May the morning take your hand first, before the world asks for it. Your mother stands watch at the door of your next season. The handle is warm, the hinges are oiled. Walk through with your head high and your pace honest. She leaves you with a practice that makes space for wonder. Each night, name one thing that surprised you without hurting you. Wonder accumulates and becomes courage. Archangel Michael says the message continues as long as you are listening. Love does not tire of finding you in ordinary places. Keep making ordinary places ready for love. Your mother bows in the way you remember, small, sincere, complete. She trusts your steps and the ground beneath them. You are carried, and you are carrying, both are true, and both are blessed.